So we are going to be a little bit brief, but I think it is important that we go through some smaller thing and see how far we can go. We have discussed the circle, and we have discussed a few things there. I don't think we have issues there. What we are left to do is to ensure that try out questions and see whether they make sense for us, so that we become stronger. We become stronger by trying and trying. Mathematics requires that we practice. Otherwise, if we don't practice, we shall not be able to become stronger. Something can look simple today, but after a few days of not trying, we may fail to appreciate its beauty. So please keep trying out, working out questions. We have very many of them everywhere in our question banks, in our textbooks, and see that you make sense out of these questions. That is what is going to keep us.
It's going to begin exactly how
other than having said that, then I want us today to look at the next conic section, and that is the parabola. I'm going to share this page here. For those who have the book, Understanding Pure Math, which I'm using, it is page 392. But if you don't have it, I can share the page here. 392. Just a minute. 392. Okay, I'm almost there. I keep missing out. I hope I have it. Okay. It's likely that I don't have the 392 itself, but I have 393. But allow me to say a small thing here, that one other part of a circle is what we call a parabola.
after lunch. 1 hour.
Yeah, some people are making noise. I hope they have noted that. So one other part of a circle that we must take a note of is what we call a parabola. I want us to share a small thing and see what a parabola looks like. It is also a curve, and it has also its special qualities. But what I want to mention here is that the parabola is defined as a locus of those points which are equidistant from a fixed point and from a fixed straight line. So it is the locus of points that are defined to be equidistant from a fixed line and also from a fixed point. The fixed point that we are talking about here is the one that we call the focus of a parabola. The focus is the fixed point, the focus. And then, so we need to know that for a parabola, there's an important you need to know that for a parabola, there's an sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I said for a parabola, there are two important things there. We have what we call a fixed point. We have a fixed point that we call the focus for a parabola. There's a fixed point called a focus, and there's also a fixed line, which we call, Nicholas, you want to write on my page, please don't. We also have a fixed line. I'll give you a chance to write after. Please, after we are done. And the fixed line is called the directrix. The fixed line is what we call the directrix. And we are saying the locus of a point which moves, so that is the distance from this line, is also its distance. Sentongo. Can I have peace, please? If you want to keep testing the board, I can leave for you to test. Otherwise, I find the behavior uncouth. Please let us behave. We have always behaved. I don't feel that I should be stopping you from doing anything. Huh? Okay. I see some people are not comfortable. Can you see my screen? Can I hear someone tell me if you can see my screen?
Yes, teacher, it's clear.
And
We are seeing it.
And if you are responding, some people, Emmanuel, you are putting your hand up. Can you switch off your video? Then you can talk to us easily. You want to see yourself? Emmanuel, can you switch your video off? Or can you mute your video? Thank you. Okay, can you now talk to us? Open your mic and talk to us. I see your hand is up. Emmanuel? Okay. If you have nothing to say, then we can continue. I was showing you there are a number of challenges. One is I don't have that page in my book where we would read, but please follow your book 392 and read a little bit about the parabola. But I've told you that it is defined as the locus of those points equidistant from a fixed point and also a fixed line. So I've just said the fixed point is what we call the focus, and the fixed straight line is what we call the directrix. Now, if we suppose that Sentongo, your apology is accepted, let us behave. if we suppose that this fixed straight line is the line. If we suppose that the straight line is the line x is negative a, if we suppose that the straight line is the line x equals to negative a, and we also take the fixed point to be the point, and we also take the fixed point to be the point S0. You will notice that in the book they call it point S, which is S0. When we have those ones, then what are we saying here? Then what I can do here is if I drew my axis here, and then also my x-axis here, then my fixed point, this is the x-axis, this here is the y-axis, my fixed point is a point somewhere here, which is the S0, and that is my point S. That is S0, the focus. Now, on this other side is where I have negative A, and this is where I have the line, straight line, which is x is negative A. I hope everyone knows how to draw the line x is negative A. These are supposed. So if I took my fixed point to be A0, that's the focus, and I took my fixed line, the directrix, to be x is negative A, then any point px anywhere, the first point I think of is the origin here. The origin will be on our parabola because its distance from the line and also from the fixed point is the same. But just take any point P somewhere. So suppose this is my point P, which is XY. A parabola is a locus of all those points whose distance from the locus, from the focus S, is also equal to the distance from the line. When we talk of distance from the line, we are talking about the perpendicular distance. So if I took that point somewhere to be the point N, the way the book takes it, then my issue here, Eric, do you have something to say? Eric, you have something to say? Please, if you have, say it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I would like to know people.
No, sir, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. Why is my volume not there?
Eric, how can I can't write back to you, but check your gadget. Eric, please check your gadget. Can someone write to him to check the gadget if he can't hear us? Because I think we can hear. Then I didn't hear this Ambrose King. I didn't get your point. Okay. Oh, you said you can't.
I wanted to know what the P is representing? Eh?
P is any point on the parabola. And we are saying it can be anywhere. So it is general, a general point P, which is XY on the parabola. So to define the parabola, the main thing there is that the distance from that point to the focus is also equal to the distance from that point to the directrix. So I'm going to write let me write aside here that PS, which is from P to the focus, should be equal to Pn. On my diagram, I indicated N, which is from P to the directrix. When we talk about distance from a point to a line, we are actually saying that it should be perpendicular distance. Now, because I know P as XY, and I know S, the focus as S0, then the distance between should be obtained from X minus A all squared plus Y minus 0, which is still Y, all squared, square root. We know how to obtain the distance between 2 points whose coordinates we know. Then also the distance Pn from the point to the directrix. Since we took the directrix to be the line X is negative A, it means from the Y-axis to that, what distance is that? From the Y-axis to the line, what distance is that? If the line is the line X is equal to negative A, what distance is it from what horizontal distance is it from the Y-axis to the line X is equal to negative A? Can someone guide us there?
I think the distance would be simply A.
Very good. That distance is equal to A. Now, what is the horizontal distance again? From the Y-axis to the point PXY.
It is also A.
To the point PXY.
From the horizontal axis, it is Y.
No, from the Y-axis. I've indicated it there on my diagram. If you can check my diagram, let me change the color maybe. This is the distance that I'm talking about. From the Y-axis to the point PXY. What distance is that?
X.
It is X. Can you explain why you are saying it is X? So this
yes,
here
it is.
Can you explain why you are saying it is X?
Teacher, I think if you consider any point in the XY plane, we actually look at the X, the displacement in the X gives the X ordinate. So that X there represents how far the point is from the origin.
Very, very good. The X is showing how far the point horizontally is. The horizontal distance of that point from the origin. So it is also the horizontal distance from the Y-axis. And the other one, X is negative A, is A, the distance of A. So what is the distance Pn equal to therefore? What is the distance Pn equal to therefore?
Excuse me, sir.
It is going to be?
Excuse me.
Distance Pn is going to be A plus C, X.
It is going to be?
A plus X.
A plus X. Or I can write X plus A. Yes, someone wanted to say something? Sorry about that. I wanted us to first finish. This is X plus A. Okay, yes, what do you have to say?
What is N representing from the diagram?
What is?
N representing from the diagram.
N is just where the horizontal distance from P meets the line, the directrix. The line X is equal to negative A. Recall that we have just supposed these ones, that if I took X is negative A as our fixed line, and I took S0 as our fixed point, which is the focus, what is the equation of the this locus, which locus is what we are calling the parabola. So we are saying the parabola defines all those points whose distance from the fixed line is also equal to the distance from the fixed point. Now this horizontal distance, N, is a point where the distance meets, where the line, horizontal line from the point meets the X is equal to negative A line. Should I continue?
Yes, sir.
So the moment you get those distances equal, finding the equation requires that you organize that. And organizing that requires that we square both sides, so that we remove this square root. So you are going to square here. You're also going to square here. Then you will collect like terms, and you will organize the equation. And you organize the equation of this line. So can you square, collect like terms, and go ahead? We could also do it here. I have suffered with space somewhere. I want things to be seen, yet I want to write there. And these guys also wrote here. So I can't write there, but I think I can. Okay. Can we move on? So on squaring both sides, the left-hand side, it is only the square root that is going away when we square. And when the square root goes away, we shall have X minus A, all of it squared, plus Y squared. And this is going to be equal to X plus A, all of it squared. Please go ahead and square. If I square from my side, what do we get? If I squared it from my side, what do we get? So when I square from my side, we shall have X squared minus 2AX plus A squared plus Y squared. And this is equal to X squared plus 2AX. I'm looking at a group that knows how to square, plus A squared. Sorry about that. Someone is calling and the network disturbs the network because I'm using the network. I'm using the phone to connect. But let me share again my screen. Oh, can I have my host powers? Who has the host powers? Because someone else took them. Sentongo, can you share my host powers back so that I can share? Tap on my name and make me host. Sentongo, you took my host powers. Tap on my name and make me host. Sentongo, can you hear me? Sentongo, please talk to me. I want to... Sentongo? I can't hear you. Tap on my name and yeah, good. That is the right thing. Thank you. So I can share. I can share again. I couldn't share Mr. Sentongo Mnangi before you gave me powers. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see the screen, but Eric seems to have the hand up.
Eric, I think, can't hear us. That is the problem he has. And there's not much that I can do. You write to him. Okay, I can see Onyibiki has already sent his simplified equation. I hope everyone else has simplified theirs. So what is the equation of the parabola that you come up with?
Y squared is equal to 4ax.
Very good. Y squared equals to 4a. Y squared equals to 4a
x.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I should now say that this equation that you have come up with, I hope you can hear me because again, something is choking me. This equation that you have come up with is the equation of a parabola whose, this is an equation of a parabola whose directrix is the line x equals to a, negative a, and whose focus is the point S0. So if they gave you the fixed line and the focus has some different lines, you can start by using these ones and you go ahead and get the equation of the parabola. So the equation may change depending on the directrix and the focus. But just for your information, if you try to sketch this kind of curve will come out as a curve through a number of points. So there are very many points where the distance from the focus, like I've already told you, the origin is part of those points because this distance from here to there to the directrix is also the same distance here. And many other points. This is a point somewhere here. The distance from the focus should also be equal to the distance from the directrix and many others. So that is the kind of sketch, if you are to sketch the parabola, if you are to sketch the parabola, the kind of sketch you should come up with, a curve of that nature. So that is the curve that we call the parabola, whose focus is at A0 and whose directrix is the line x is equal to -a. Okay. There is an example here which we can use to understand our work. What is the example? The example, I don't have it in my soft book, but I have it in the hard copy. Is example 12 in this copy. What do we have in example 12? I can read it for you and you follow. Sketch the graph. Sketch the graph. Sketch the graph of y minus 2 all squared equals to 12x minus 1. Showing clearly the focus and the directrix of the parabola. So they say, sketch showing clearly the focus and the directrix. Showing clearly the focus and the directrix. The directrix of the parabola. Okay, sketch the graph of that one. Showing clearly the directrix and the focus. Now, our issue here is what is the directrix and what is the focus? You can do a simple comparison and you compare this equation with the equation of the curve that we have just obtained. So if you looked at this and said, this is comparable to y squared is 4ax, what would that mean? It would mean that your y minus 2, all of it is the capital Y that I am comparing it with there. And this is 12. And then this is x minus a. So my capital Y is the y minus 2. And my capital X is the small x minus 2. Sorry, this is not 2 here. This is 1. Somewhere here it is not 2. But instead,
Share screen is off.
wonder what my network has become. It is now again disturbing. Sentongo, can you please give me my powers so that I can share? If you don't, oh, thank you. Sorry about, I think now I am getting the issues. When someone calls me, I get off. And people are calling me, I don't know why. And again, the network has also misbehaved a little bit. Sorry for that. So I was looking at, if I am to compare the equation of the curve given with this general equation, y squared is 4x, then my capital Y is the small y minus 2. And my capital X is the x minus a. I was still writing here, not minus a, minus 1. Can you tell me what my 4a is? What is my 4a?
Your 4 is 12.
My 4a is, thank you very much. Now start from there. What is the a?
Hello.
Start from there. What is the a?
Hey,
The
So
A is 3.
The a is 3. Thank you. Having noted that the a is 3, that tells you that my directrix for this general equation here is x equal to negative a. You remember that? And so the x is negative 3 because our a is what? Is 3. Our capital X is negative 3. But remember that our capital X is small x minus 1. So the small x minus 1 is negative 3, meaning that the small x is 1 minus 3 and is therefore equal to negative 2. So our directrix, our fixed line is the line x equals to negative 2. I hope you can connect that from capital X. And we know what capital X is in small x, and then we get there. What is our focus? The same thing. Remember what our focus is. For our focus, it is S, A0. But A, we have said A is what? A is 3. And remember now, this is the X is equal to A, so the X is 3. But we have said the capital X is small x minus 1, which is 3, meaning that the small x is negative 2. Also, the capital Y is the one which is equal to 0, but the capital Y is small y minus 2, which is equal to 0. And yes, capital Y is small y, so small y will be equal to 2. So the focus has an x coordinate negative 2 and has a y coordinate. Oh, did I have negative 2? The focus? The focus I think I'm writing something wrongly somewhere. Can I be helped? Are you noticing what I've written wrongly? On the focus. From here, I've written that x minus 1 is 3, and I've written that x is negative 2. That's not right. Can you get me X, please? Sorry about that.
It's supposed to be 4.
4.
What is X? It is 4, isn't it?
Yes.
And the Y is 2. And so the focus is the point, if I use S again, where X is 4, smaller x, and where small y is equal to 2. That's the focus. The directrix we have already said is the line. X is -2. The point 0, 0 on our curve is the vertex. If you want it, you can also get it. This point somewhere here, the 0, 0, where the curve, this point here, I don't know whether you can notice where I'm circling, or I change the color. This point here, 0, 0, is the focus. No, not the focus, the vertex of our curve, where the curve turns. That thing is what we are calling the vertex for our parabola. So the vertex is 0, 0. So if I want the vertex now in this case, I equate capital Y to 0 and small y to 0. And capital Y is small y minus 2. So when I equate it to 0, I get small y is 2. And capital X is small x minus 1. And when I equate it to 0, I get small x is equal to 1. And I get 1, 2 as my focus. No, vertex for this new curve, the vertex where it will turn. So if I went to sketch this curve, what does it look like? Because this is what we want. What is the sketch like? If I went to sketch, if you put those simple points on your curve, you will see its sketch coming out. Okay, where is, if I drew my, oh, sorry. Let me change the color of this. Maybe I have black. And then here. So if I'm to draw, what do I get? This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Where is the focus? The focus is the point 42. The focus is the point 42. So I'll come clearly here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And also here 1, 2. And I will produce 42 as my focus. Then I'll produce the line. X is -2. That is the line that we saw as our, that's the line we saw as our directrix. One here, we saw that one point this here as the vertex. The vertex, when we put, vertex is this point here, we obtained it at this point. Don't know whether everyone can see that we obtained this as our vertex. Are you seeing that point? When we equated the capital Y to 0 and capital X to 0, we got our vertex as 1, 2. But even if I don't get it there, from my work here, I can get the vertex. From my work here, I can look at these two are in line. These two, the focus, this is our focus, which is 4, 2. These, from the line to the focus, how far is it? I think the 1, 2 there. The 1, 2 clear shows that it is the middle, and that is the vertex. So if I'm to sketch with my fixed line and so on, I can even find out where this curve crosses the x-axis by equating y to 0, because the x-axis is the line y equals to 0. The equation of the curve is y minus 2 all squared equal to 12 into x minus
1.
So when I equate y to 0, because y is 0 is the x-axis, I see where it crosses the x-axis. When I equate y to 0, I'll get negative 2 here. But that negative 2 is squared equal to 12 into x minus 1. Work out that one. This is 4, which is equal to 12 into x minus 1. And when I divide both sides by 12, I'll get that x minus 1 is 4 over 12, which is a third, and get that x is 1 and a third. Sorry about that. So the point 1 and a third somewhere is where it is going to cross the x-axis. So if I'm to sketch that curve, I don't know exactly the points, but it will come with the vertex there, and it will cross at 1 and a third. So that is, it's not very easy for me to sketch. I expect you to have better sketches, because my drawings here are not easy at all. Yeah, they are very tough drawings. My drawings here are very tough, you'll agree with me. Oh my God. But you have gotten the whatever. The idea, it comes here, it crosses, then it also grows up here. And you have a curve of that nature, and that is the sketch. One thing which I've not talked about, this line through the vertex is an axis of symmetry, and it is also called an axis for the parabola. And in this case, you can see that the axis is the line y equals to 2. In our general case, which we had, the y squared is 4x. The axis was the x-axis. The axis of symmetry, sorry, was the x-axis. In our general curve, I draw it here. Remember our general curve, we had it like this. The axis of symmetry was the x-axis. The y is equal to 0 line. That is for y squared is for x. I am sorry, it is not very easy here, but that is that. Okay. The other examples, you are going to go through them. Let's see page 393, example 13, I have it here. It says that show that the line y is equal to 3x is a tangent to the parabola. That one we can take very fast. Is the example 13. Show that the line, can you see my screen? Please read the example. Someone to read for us.
Show that the line y equals to 3x plus 1 touches the parabola y squared is equal to 12x.
Thank you. Was that Mr. Kello? I didn't even notice.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. Show that the line y is equal to that touches the parabola. Now, touching is telling you that it is a tangent. Show that it is a tangent. How do we show a tangent? We show tangents in the same way. Whether parabola
What is wrong now? Can't understand because I'm not hearing anything and my volume is not there.
No. Okay, at least now I've been allowed to talk. My network is very bad. When I came back, it couldn't even allow me to unmute. But I think my network is not good. I want to suggest people have even lost. I want to thank Sentongo who has kept helping me whenever I have had issues of host, but we shall meet another time. It has failed. When I try to connect my gadget, it is showing me no internet. It has failed, no internet secured. I used my phone for the internet, but it has refused. The phone can come in, but my computer has failed to enter. It doesn't have network. So may I wish you a good evening? I'm sorry. We can't go ahead. Have a good evening.
Okay,
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Can we make it tomorrow?
Oh, we shall talk
we
to we shall talk to Mr. Kaziwa and see if he can connect us.
Excuse me, teacher.
Thank you.
We do the lesson again. But tomorrow, what do you have on timetable? What do you have on timetable? Well, that is also important. There's some other lesson, so we can ask for another time, maybe evening, when you are done with the lessons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teacher, what
we
about
shall communicate.
Saturday?
Are you on the WhatsApp groups?
We are only in this one where only admins are allowed to send the messages.
Teacher. What about if you communicate so that we meet on Saturday?
That would be actually better for me. Saturday would be better. Okay,
Because
you let people know. Saturday. Tell them Saturday I'm going to call Mr. Kaziba. Kale, have a good evening.
Okay, likewise.